for some high school wrestling at Quadrangular tonight as Davenport West, Mediapolis, and New London have joined us here at the high school. And again, my partner, former Muscatine head wrestling coach and former Mississippi Athletic Conference champion and outstanding high school wrestler in his own right, Wade McLeod. Also, I forgot to mention, also former Iowa State Cyclone wrestler as well. So you spent a lot of time on the mats, both as a coach and as an athlete, and you're also here as a broadcaster and a dad tonight. It's an exciting night with multiple opportunities for these guys to go out and get some work done.
Yeah, it's great even just this season to have the 3 home events, so this being the second of their 3. We'll be back Thursday, February 4th. Great opportunity, 3 matches. We don't traditionally have the quadrangular in the MAC or necessarily in 3A, but just given this year, whenever we can, we want to pod these teams together, and so this is a great opportunity, and three great programs in.
And the Muskies will start off tonight against Davenport West, and we will have on our screen, we will just have the Muskie competition going on. There'll be another MAC going, and so you may hear whistles in the background, but we will be focusing on the Muscatine action tonight, and they are going to start out at 160 pounds against Davenport West. And Wade, it's a quick turnaround. They went up to a triangular last night at Salon, did the Muskies, and they performed pretty well up there.
Yeah, good night with the holiday. This was intended originally scheduled to be a dual tournament that would have come off a Christmas break on January 2nd. Didn't happen, so rescheduled. Had 4 teams there last evening. Made for a later night, back-to-back weigh-ins here, but this is a big competition week. The Muskies wrestled last Saturday up at Cedar Rapids Jefferson, last night tonight, triangular Thursday, and then a dual tournament on Saturday. So a potential 13 duels in just 6 days for these Muskies.
And weighing in for the Muskies tonight, again, we're going to start at 160 pounds. Connor Beck made weight at 160. Tim Nimley coming off last week, his 100th career victory. He's added to that total the last few days. Tim Nimley weighing in. He's number 5 in the state in Class 3A at 170 pounds. Then Trevor Barkalow at 182 pounds. Caden Fisher weighing in for 195. Nate Beatty at 220. And Tuggan Deason, the number 5 ranked wrestler in Class 3A at 285. And then at 106, Gavin McLeod. The Muskies are open at 113, but we don't know. I don't know that we're going to see anybody for the Muskies at 113 tonight. And then Alex Xavier Van Blaricombe at 120. Garrett Head at 126. Lincoln Brookhart at 132. Mason Crabtree at 138. And Gage Stevens at 145. And Jet Fridley at 152. So we got some ranked wrestlers for the Muskies, and they're going to face Davenport West, they are open at 160 and 170. And then Nick Kroger weighs in at 182. Open at 95 and 220 are the Falcons. But then Dylan Fiegel, the freshman heavyweight, has made weight, along with Aiden Nicholas, who is the number 10 ranked wrestler in Class 3A at 106. And then Jadalyn Daly is their 113-pounder. And then Travis Hodges, the number 7 ranked senior at 120. Open at 126, Kelton Youngberg, the sophomore at 132, and Wyatt Haas at 138, and then Bryce Faison, the senior, at 145, and Ashton Uremy at 152. And again, they may have had some other wrestlers make weight, so it's always a mat time match decision in these wrestling duels. So we'll try to adjust as they come announced. But we're looking forward to a good duel here between the Muskies and Davenport West. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with high school wrestling on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines, or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing. A family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility, because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, RIVO is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, RIVO not only handles your home-related issues, RIVO will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because RIVO won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And we are back at Muscatine High School on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar and Wade McLeod on the call. It's a high school wrestling quadrangular tonight. Muscatine and Davenport West starters being announced right now, or participants are being announced right now as we're about ready to get underway, as the Muskies will face off against conference rival Davenport West. As the Muskies coming off a 2-1 performance last night in a triangular up at Salon. Their only loss in that meet was against Salon, and Wade, you mentioned that came down to the last match.
And some great matches for some of the young guys. Lincoln Brookhart, newer to his first varsity action, was the last time we were in this gym. Unfortunately, took a forfeit, so this was his first varsity pin. Come from behind victory that at least put the Muskies in the running with obviously just a perennial powerhouse in Solon. So very good night. Again, quick turnaround to come here tonight. We start off with Davenport West. We've seen them a couple occasions already this season at Maquoketa. I believe they were down at Fort Madison as well. So a couple of rematches should they have matched up in bracket competition. And as you mentioned, this is a conference rival next Saturday. So we'll have that MAC conference tournament, and then the district tournament features the MAC, Les Assumption, and Central DeWitt now. So these matchups, they have implications for the postseason as well.
And the Muskies are coached by head coach Joe Kane, assisted by Scott Mock, Ryan Haggerty, Rob Aubrey, Bryce Leitner, Danny Wolf, and Jesse Reynolds. And Davenport West head coach is Jim Weisrock, and he's assisted by Ian McLeod and Wade Warnicki. So we're about ready to have the national anthem here, as Roger Bates does a nice job of executing the starting lineups and the broadcasting there from the scorer's bench. And again, it is a quadrangular tonight. Mediapolis and New London will be wrestling on mat 2. We will have the Muskies action live for you on the screen. We're focusing on the Muskie broadcast tonight. So after wrestling Davenport West, the Muskies will then move on. Do we know who they're wrestling second tonight, Wade? Has that been announced?
Yep. They'll have the New London Tigers, and then the third round, the last matchup, will be a rematch of last Thursday, the Mediapolis Bulldogs.
Again, Mediapolis head coach is Jason Payne, assisted by former Muscatine legendary Spanish teacher, football coach, and wrestling coach Rob Rum, who is a Mediapolis Bulldog to his core. And then Josh Gunn also helping out Coach Payne. Coach Payne, you mentioned, two-time state champ at Columbus Junction, an outstanding wrestler. We got to see watch when we were preps. Mark Swafford, also an assistant at Mediapolis. Jared Simons, another assistant there. And then New London head coach is Mark Curie. Brian Swafford, one of his assistants, along with Mike Reichert, Joe Garvey, Reno Cheery, and Jackson Allen. So some good tradition in the gym tonight. New London, Mediapolis, what their records show coming into this season or not, those are two tradition-rich communities when it comes to wrestling. And we look forward to some good matches tonight.
There are a number of ranked wrestlers. New London themselves with some great individuals. They are ranked number 6 in their respective class. So, yep, looking forward to that one. That'll be coming up in round 2.
As Roger wraps up our starting lineups, we're going to stay right here, and we're going to rise for the national anthem. As we get ready to get started, proud supporters of Muskie Athletics all year long on Discover Muscatine are Riots and Rebelle Salon, Toyota of Muscatine, Bickford Senior Living of Muscatine, along with CBI Bank and Trust, as the Muskies and Falcons get ready to start it off at 160 pounds, where Connor Beck and Davenport West has no opposition at 170. So we're going to be open, at 160 and 170. So Muscatine looking to get a 12-point spot here in the team race.
Yeah, always got to stay on your toes, because the moment as a wrestler or even a coach, you think, oh, this is who lined up and weighed in, and then you start jockeying around a little bit. So some of these guys can make their way up a weight class. We'll see how much of that's at play. There are a number of open weights this evening, though, for each of the squads. But it'll keep us on our toes.
And
anyway.
now, is that something that you could, as long as they've weighed in, up until the match starts, can you just put somebody out there?
Yeah, the only rule is you can't. Any JV matches are considered a separate competition, so you can't participate in junior varsity matches and the varsity duel. But there are times when those duels are close enough that coaches will hold on to their 2 or 3 152-pounders, so they've got a little strategy that they can utilize, bouncing kids around if necessary. But yeah, that's really the rule. Whatever weight class you weigh in at, you can compete at that or the next weight class. And it looks like we're starting off with a junior varsity match real quick, if I understood Mr. Bates here. We've got one JV match here on our mat, and then we'll get into the varsity action.
Prepare for the rosters here. Another thing I think is worth noting too is that there are 3 female wrestlers in the Muskie wrestling program this year, and all 3 are ranked in the girls' rankings.
Yeah, and they have their IWOCA state tournament this weekend.
Quick work right here for the Muscatine wrestler.
Yeah, Jacob Reynolds here looking to put, I believe this is Lee Jensen, immediately to his back.
That's tight, and that's going to be a fall. That was fast. 25 seconds. So with that JV match,
and there's no doubt that gets the rest of the crew pumped up. We could see it, just the momentum building last night. As I mentioned, that Salon duel, just for the whole bench to be pretty excited for, again, not just Lincoln Brookhart. There were a number of tight matches, big pins. Garrett Head as well. The whole bench just gets excited, and obviously if you're one of the next up, that you've already got that blood pumping.
So Connor Beck did receive a forfeit, so he'll get 6 points for the team. And then it's kind of waiting to see if there's an opponent at 170.
Yeah, we may be doing some of our own here, too, to see if Tim Nimley gets a match. It might be the answer, depending on who had the choice. That is the school. So we should have referenced it maybe at the coin flip as the captains and coaches met. You win a coin toss and you pick the odd or even matches, and that declares which school will have their choice in the second period. That also requires that team to report first. So here we have Malia Cook reporting in at 170. And as you just mentioned, Malia, Virginia, and Bailey Hawkins all competing this weekend at the state tournament. And actually, brackets were released tentatively today, Joel, and as you mentioned, both Malia Cook and Virginia Kachow seated second at their respective weights this weekend.
So the Muskies are in another forfeit.
Now we're going to compete at 182. Tim Nimley, just as we discussed, bumping up, in this case, to get a match. And we'll have to pay attention here to make sure we understand. I believe this to be Nick Kroger.
Lots of moving parts on these weeknight meets throughout the week. Coaches making decisions, always making sure there's enough fuel in the tank for your weekend tournaments. And
yeah, you're taking the points you can get. You also, you didn't have practice today. You've got these duels, so giving your guys some mat time. So I'm sure this didn't come as a surprise to Tim. Hey, let's get some time. And he's got the strength to wrestle at 182.
Is that
so
another?
I don't think we're too concerned.
Muscatine legendary face reffing on this mat.
I'm glad you caught that.
Is this the world famous?
This is quite a night, quite frankly. So
Bruce Ennin,
yes,
as our official,
a Hall of Famer. So I wish I knew Bruce was officiating this evening. I certainly would have reached out. His son Major, a classmate of ours, and Bruce, a
former
dear
Hawkeye
friend,
wrestler, Major, and Bruce, a veterinarian in this community for many, many years, and just a wonderful proponent for wrestling throughout the state and the whole nation.
Yeah, he and his wife Lee, just wonderful vets. And then Major's older sister Brooke went on a thrower for the track and field team at Mizzou. So yeah, great to see. There's a number. We'll reference them. There's a lot of faces. It's a bit of a family party here too. We've got some sons coaching on the new London bench. Yeah, a lot of faces. The circles that are this wrestling community.
Nimley got in on a single leg shot attempt. Kroger was able to fight it off.
Nimley's been working a lot to the inside. He's got a number of shots. You can see making an effort. Again, Kroger, a bit of a taller wrestler, trying to get under those arms, hit a double right away. Tim's got such a quick attack. Head to the outside on the single at times to his left side. We'll see that, I'm sure. He's out there to do work. There's that double. He's been working on that. So strong, lifting him right up and tempting to taking him right to his back, but Kroger returns to his belly. 2-point takedown.
Strong takedown there for Nimley. Just able to get his, being shorter, he was able to get his levers under there, and you see that strength in his lower body.
Great feet, so quick. His balance, I just keep being so impressed. The positions he finds himself in and how quick those feet are. Period runs out on him.
Again, Nimley wrestling up a weight class at 182 tonight. Normally, he's the number 5 ranked wrestler at 170.
Spent a little time at 182 before Christmas. Now a number of these Muskies have found that, as is a number of programs, getting these kids down to weight classes on the second half of the season. There's that head to the outside shot again. Such a strong lift. Another takedown.
The speed with which he's able to shoot, he's just
so
so explosive.
Which is great defensively, too. He's got this Navy ride, just lifting, elevating that leg. And we've got a 3-point near fall as well. So running up a 7-0 lead here.
Minute 15 to go here in the first period. Nimley with the 7-point lead. Always trying to work and improve your position on top and finish the period on top. Looking to get him turned here. Near fall points coming as Bruce Hennon with the count, or official. He's in tight weight.
Yeah, not. I think Tim's looking to score a number of points here. Working. We saw a couple shots of the double leg. Then he worked that single leg. He was given an opportunity here for some mat time. He's gonna make the most of it. But now at this point, with that 10-point lead, typically you get in a bit of an outmatched situation, run the score up, get your points, not looking to demoralize anybody, get close to that 15-point tech, and then record the pin. We'll take that extra 6 point and post to the 5 for the tech full. That'll be the end of the second period.
Big start there for Nimley. And he'll choose to go down.
And this is where, even from just some of Tim's first days on the mat, as explosive as he is from this position, he goes from knees to feet in one shot. It just...
So much pressure it puts on his opponent.
So quick to his feet, short and stocky enough to get his hips cleared. That's the 1-point escape.
Of course, Nimley headed to Grandview University in Des Moines to play football. He's an outstanding running back, all-time leading rusher in Muscatine school history. But looking to repeat off of his all-state placing last year at the state wrestling tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both Nimley and Dessa in on that single again. That's his shot. Carefully brings him down, fights the half. I expect this is going to be all efforts to get shoulder blades to the mat and record this victory by fall. And there it is.
And there's the fall. Nimley defeats Kroger by fall in the third period. Some more bonus points for the Muskies in this team duel over Davenport West. And it appears that West is going to be open at 195 and 220. We're waiting to see if they have any wrestlers, so we may see another.
Yeah, we would expect a couple forfeits here.
So Caden Fisher receives the victory by forfeit at 195.
And Nate Beatty at the table looking to do the same.
So Beatty receives the victory by forfeit. And that will take us to the 285 weight class, where number 5 ranked Taugen Disa will face, we believe, Dylan Fiegel.
And TD coming into this match with a record of 25-1. It coming off a weekend at Jefferson, a heavyweight class that featured 3 ranked opponents, one of whom he defeated in the championship. So won yet another title. He's also, we keep mentioning, he's hoping to get some more pins. He's got 16 on the season to this point. He is well aware of that school record that is 28, and he's got a real shot to just keep recording them as such.
Another explosive athlete at this weight class.
He knows what he's looking to do. He's got that underhook. We see it so much. Underhook, pass by. And again, another ranked Muskie looking for some mat time this evening. It's good to see.
Fiegel gets the escape, so an early 2-1 lead.
Nice high crotch, head to the outside. Quick to the finish.
Deason continue to apply pressure. Another takedown as the wrestlers go out of bounds. Fiegel goes down. Are we going to see TD maybe just release him here, or are we going to work on the ride?
You know, I think he needs to measure a little bit too the competition he's against. A couple of those takedowns have been on the easier variety. So if he's looking to get work, that needs to be the objective. If there's just too much of a gap, it's okay to work for that fall, the ultimate goal here in any match. And so he may be gauging that right now and just saying, hey, let's work on top.
He's looking to turn. He's got that right wrist grabbed, and now he's bringing his shoulders over.
Wants to make sure, very smart here. That arm is trapped. He doesn't want to get rolled, so he posts, just says, hey, we'll let the momentum take it to your back and try it again from the feet.
So 3-point near fall for Deason, now an escape awarded for a 9-3 score. Going for that trip. Another takedown for Deason.
Right at the edge. We can record this fall on still outside of the circle as long as 2 points are still in. And we didn't have that, so we'll go back to the center.
So explosive first period here for TD and the Muscatine Muskie heavyweight.
So powerful, very difficult for too many heavyweights to match that. He can move anybody in the state, quite frankly, around the mat. It just comes down to honing in on some of the technique on his feet and on top. Good to see a few different moves, working those wrists, stuff in the head, trying to do some math with the scoreboard here. Personally, would like to just let's get the fall.
That's a pinning combination right here, and he gets the fall with 3 seconds to go. Tongan Deason, TD as we call him, gets the pin. Now, is it still politically correct to call it the heavyweight class, or are we supposed to call it 285?
So. I hope it's still the heavyweights. Yeah, we no longer have the super heavyweights or the light heavyweights. But yes, the 285, it is the heaviest of the weight classes, Joel.
Right.
So I think we can.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't offending anybody. As a fellow member of the weight class.
Yeah, I'm good.
I wanted to make sure.
Well, I'm now a member of the unlimited weight class.
Okay.
So we'll.
Well, and now at 106 pounds, Gavin McLeod against Aiden Nicholas from West. Nicholas, the 10th ranked wrestler at this weight class, the junior. McLeod, a freshman.
And Nicholas on that near side cradle right away, taking McLeod briefly to his back. He does record the takedown. He's got it locked up, posting with his own head. Got a couple swipes. McLeod looking to break that lock. A lot of weight directly on top. And there's the fall for the Falcon.
And then Nicholas able to get the fall and the victory at 106. Gets West on the board. The Muskies lead the team competition 36-6. And then at 113, the Muskies will scratch here. So Jadalyn Daly will get a victory by forfeit. So it'll be another 6 team points for West. RIVO Plumbing and Heating bringing you Muskie Athletics. along with First National Bank of Muscatine and Bear of Muscatine. And thank you so much for watching on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Make sure you download the Discover Muscatine mobile app for your Android or Apple device. Get all Muskie athletic events along with local content from Ashley Lovelace and contributors such as Tony Tone, the Muscatine Ministerial Association, and Jacob Bauer, and any article available in your Discover Muscatine newspaper each week in digital form. Quick takedown there.
Hodges on the quick attack. Xavier Van Blaricombe for the Muskies. Working another cradle.
Van Blaricombe, a freshman. Travis Hodges, a senior, the 7th-ranked wrestler in Class 3A at this weight class.
A couple of good workout partners, as we just saw Nicholas, the junior, at 106. I suspect both he and Mr. Hodges here do some scrapping in the room and have for a couple of years now.
And Blaricombe putting some pressure, but a strong takedown.
Yeah, Hodges has got the shoulders, so another fall for the Falcons.
As Travis Hodges defeats Alex Van Blaricombe by fall. And that'll take us to 126, where Garrett Head is weighed in for the Muskies. We're waiting to see who we've got here for Tucker Avis going here for the Falcons.
Avis working that side cradle. We've seen a few cradles here from Davenport West these last few matches.
Early takedown here.
Garrett's trying to fight for his hand control of his own. Avis tying up wrists, seeing if he can't work a tilt.
And our scoreboard that you can see on your screen is incorrect. It is 2-0. The Davenport West wrestler, Tucker Avis, has the lead. So we're going to work to get that fixed for you. Again, we're at 126, and this is a quadrangular meet. This is the first duel between the Muscatine Muskies and Davenport West. New London and Mediapolis are battling on the other mat, as Avis goes for a tilt there.
Getting the near fall count. Head looking to return to his belly as Avis hooks around the neck. He's looking for the fall here again.
Short time situation. Head fighting through, trying to just keep off the mat.
Avis getting a little high there. Head trying to fight, short time. He makes it through, but 3 more near fall.
So the near fall points go to Avis. And now Head will
likes to go neutral.
good takedown there from
Yep, got
Avis.
under the long arms of Garrett there, attacking the legs, right back to work on top.
Head just a sophomore. You really see that these lower weight classes for West have some pretty talented wrestlers.
Yeah, again, it means so much in that room to have those workout partners and Iron sharpens iron, so just working on one another, and no surprise those come in clumps.
As the Muskies, Garrett Head is trying to find a way to get out. No stall warnings yet on anyone.
And Garrett has such a long, lanky structure to him. Very difficult for his opponent to make sense which direction to take him, because he's popping his arm up, catching him, trying to go around, working those legs, but really want to work to our feet. A lot of times Garrett's looking to catch something and get in more of a roll. Really like to see that head up, work his way back to his feet, be able to control his opponent's wrists.
Avis continuing to try to tilt Head. And that'll be the end of the second period. 7-0 lead. Tucker Avis over Garrett Head at 126 pounds. This duel started at 160 pounds. So 132, 138, 45, and 152 still to come. Avis able to get in again on a low shot. Is that just something he's just feeling coming out of that tie? And
yeah, you see he's got that nice tie and just kind of a bit of a duck under. And again, as tall as Garrett is, kind of open for that. Just attacking that left side. Garrett trying to move. Works his way to his feet. Avis in on that double. He's still in control. So no change of control there, no points, but Avis back on top. Need to see a flurry here from Head here in the third period.
Nine nothing lead for Tucker Avis.
Be careful with that chicken wing. That's going to be just got over that shoulder.
For sure. There's the fall. With 42 seconds to go in the third period, Tucker Avis gets the fall over Garrett Head at 126. And just like that, this team race is a little bit closer now, as Kelton Youngberg or Briar Gunther, for West, will take on Lincoln Brookhart for Muscatine.
126 pounds on that one. And now with 4 weights left, we should see matchups in each one of these. So Muskies to this 36-24 lead through 126 pounds.
That's Kelton Youngberg for West. Youngberg has a takedown early.
Some spladle action there. Lincoln rolls out of it.
Two near fall points for Youngberg. Kelton Youngberg, a sophomore. Lincoln Brookhart, a freshman. Another tilt for Youngberg. 3 more near fall points.
Looking to put that leg in from the side. He had that spladle before reaching across that far leg, but Lincoln's going to have to clear his own leg. Boy, Youngberg just committing to that. He liked it the first time. Doesn't have the back exposed. Now he does. Lincoln's got to fight back to his hands, get himself to his feet. Youngberg doing a great job on top, just chain wrestling from one to the other.
Youngberg able to get both wrists here. That's a trouble position, and there's the fall as Youngberg defeats Lincoln Brookhart by fall at 132 pounds. And 30-36 is the team race. And now Mason Crabtree, the junior, at 138 pounds against Wyatt Haas, the freshman for the Falcons. Crabtree, who had our last time we broadcast a match, had a couple fantastic matches for the Muskies.
Yeah, Mason looking for his 20th victory on the season. So the junior coming in here, a lot of aspirations in this his junior year. Found his way down to 38, and the Muskies need a little run here. We need to finish strong.
Crabtree getting in early, gets a takedown. Got that single leg shot, elevated the leg, and just was able to finish.
We've referenced the quick feet of running back Tim Nimley.
Here's one of the next great running backs, I believe, in Muscatine. And he gets the fall early.
Very quick to that half. That was good to see. Go out there with a plan right away and get after it. Much needed 6.
And a big fall for Mason Crabtree, the junior, at 138. Sets the table and maybe tries to shift the momentum for Gage Stevens, the junior.
It looks like because of the 12-point lead, we may see Brian Pineda here at 45.
Okay. So Bryce face on for West and Brian Pineda for the Muskies. So getting Pineda some mat time.
Yep, Brian, a senior, limited varsity appearances, but a great opportunity to answer their call, get some mat time, fight as best he can against a formidable West opponent. He's moving. I like to see it.
Face on with the takedown.
Not just giving away his base here, nice and strong. Gonna weather the storm as best he can. Phase on with a half, trying to cut to the outside. Nice neck pressure from Pineda to fight that off. We'll get a restart.
So we'll come back to the center. I mean, you said he's active. He didn't just take the takedown. He worked to try to get out and prevented back points.
Yep. All we can ask is keep fighting. Might find some points. You keep it close. You never know.
Face on with that
half again. Unfortunately, we're right here in the center of the mat. Pineda fighting, good core strength, fighting back into that half. See if he can't return to his belly. Keep those arms in front and head up the next time around. Yep, there we go.
Able to fight through and not even expose the back, so no back points given.
Faison's liking that half. This time he gets to turn. Brian looking to bridge.
Faison trying to finish this with a fall, and he gets it. So 6 points for the Falcons. As Brian Pineda falls to Bryce Faison by fall at 145. And the last match of this duel between Muscatine and Davenport West, Jet Fridley for the Muskies against Ashton Yermy for West. Fridley 17-13 on the season. Fridley's trying to get through that defense.
Jed has been much more active on his feet of late. Unfortunately, working on her headgear a little bit, and
he's able to battle back.
These boys are fired up. We're good to see.
Takedown for Yermi.
Jet looking to shake a little bit. He's got the leg, and Yermi does finally get the leg in. Jet to his feet.
Trying to get a reversal here. If he can get his head up. Yermi still with control. No escape awarded yet. There's the escape point for Jet Fridley. Putting so much pressure on that neck.
Two physical wrestlers here. We're butting heads, trying to control ties. Jet looking to work from this front headlock position. Likewise, Yermi controlling elbows still if he can circle up. Jet trying to little go behind, or maybe even it. And Fridley with the takedown.
Nice job.
Still want to clear your head just so you don't find yourself. Hops over to the half. Short time here. We're at least getting swipes.
And period.
Good points at the end of the period. You saw that opportunity to hop over.
Fridley with the short time takedown, and then three more back points. Or excuse me, 2 more back points makes it a 5-2 lead. Active first period there from these two.
Yeah, and we knew that was coming just a few seconds in.
You know, Yermi's trying to get the fall, which would tie up the team score. And Fridley trying to close the door on this MAC conference rival.
Fridley pressuring in. He's in this front headlock again. Looking for a big move. Hopefully we can just get this quick go behind and get to work on top.
Able to
catches the near side cradle.
It's a 2-point takedown here for Fridley. Now trying to turn.
Using that strength to just lift his opponent, take him to his back. Got to get under that leg somehow.
This such a good job of keeping on his toes and driving the pressure forward on his opponent. Stalemate called by official Bruce Ennin.
So Fridley still on top. Yermi will go down. Near wrist ride for Jet. He is absolutely going for the fall, Joel. He's pumped up right now.
He was able to flatten Yermi down, and now looking to turn.
And suck him back with that wing if he can.
Yermi not doing much there on the bottom. Maybe that's just my amateur eye, but
no. As excited as he came out, I think he's breathing a little bit now. Jet just walking him over. Don't want to get in a position of getting yourself rolled. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Should have some near fall. Eyes up, and we'll finish this.
Sneaking those hips down on his chest. Trying to flatten those shoulder blades out. And there's the fall. Jet Fridley wins by fall to secure the victory for the team points for the Muskies. As the Muskies defeat Davenport West team-wise 48-36 with the Jet Fridley fall. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more wrestling action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines, or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility, because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, RIVO is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, RIVO not only handles your home-related issues, RIVO will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because RIVO won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines, or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility, because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, RIVO is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, RIVO not only handles your home-related issues, RIVO will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because RIVO won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar, Wade McLeod, as the Muscatine Muskies just defeated Davenport West in the first duel of this quadrangular, 48-30, as Jet Fridley secured a fall in the final match at 152 pounds to bump up Muskie's victory. And then Wade, now it's a little bit of an intermission period. We see the wrestlers warming up and kind of staying loose, as the Muskies will now switch gears from a conference rival to a traditional powerhouse in New London, who has some real firepower coming to the mat for the New London Tigers.
Yeah, led by Coach Erie, who's been there a number of years, and his son I had the pleasure of coaching against. Now he's in the room as well, coaching. Quite a staff at New London, no strangers to the area. Assistant Brian Swafford, in fact, father-in-law to our head coach Joe Kane. So a little bit of a family affair, and actually I'm witnessing them chuckling a little bit in the corner right now. So I'm sure this is fun. I apologize for not knowing if they've met a couple times in a dual setting, but fun for the families to get together as Joe's hosting a little home duel here.
So the New London Tigers, we're going to start at 182.
We'll be at 170.
170?
Okay. We bounced things up.
Sorry, yeah, I bounced around.
Tim,
I even underlined it. I just read the wrong sign on the side of my underline. So Tim Nimley will start it off at 170. We anticipate. He did wrestle 182 earlier against Elias Krieger, a sophomore for the Tigers. Then at 182, we'll have Trevor Barkalow against Bowden Pickle, which is one of the better names in the state of Iowa from an announcer standpoint.
And we could just as easily, those two may switch for the Tigers as well. I'm not sure which of those weight classes. So another opportunity for some bouncing around.
Caden Fisher at 195 for the Muskies. Curry Jacobs, the 9th-ranked wrestler in his weight class, the senior at 195. Then Nate Beatty, the junior for Muscatine at 220 against Carter Allen, the junior for New London. And then Togan Deason, the senior heavyweight, against Brody Butterbaugh. That's another great name for a heavyweight. And then at 106, Mavie Pope, the sophomore, with Gavin McLeod for the Muskies, the freshman. Both schools are open at 113. That can mean we don't have a match. It can mean they throw somebody out there from the JV roster. We're not sure what we're going to see there yet. And then Alex Van Blaricombe, the freshman, at 120 for the Muskies, against probably the most exciting or explosive wrestler we may see tonight, and 2-time state champ Marcel Lopez, just a junior. So he's one of those guys who's on track for that 4-time state champion, which is a coveted thing in the state of Iowa.
Pretty amazing. And Lopez with a matchup against his Lisbon rival just last week, 1 and 2. The 1-ranked, 2-ranked wrestlers, and he's coming off of that victory. So a man on a mission, day in, night out. But yeah, 4-time, pretty amazing. And a couple weeks later, his younger brother.
Yeah, and then Dominic Lopez, a sophomore, the number 3-ranked wrestler at 145. On our roster sheet, we think we're going to see some open weights for the Tigers from 126 to 138. So that's kind of to be determined. They do have Manny Watts is listed as weighed in at 138. And so we just don't know what we're going to see. Again, they've had to clean up the mats here, and we're about ready to get underway here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Huge thank yous to some of our sponsors. Toyota of Muscatine, First National Bank of Muscatine, and Eastern Iowa Community College, bringing you Muskie Athletics. As we start here.
And actually, as we were chatting a little bit, Joel, Nimley took a forfeit at 170, so we're at 182, Trevor Barkalow and Bowden Pickle.
Barkalow did not get a chance to wrestle against West, as Nimley bopped up to 182. And Pickle kind of has Barkalow in a pickle right now.
Yeah, an early takedown. Has the same side cradle. Trevor working the hands as best he can. And he does break that lock.
Oh, Trevor, a tremendously strong kid. If you watched any of our football broadcasts, he was a real stalwart on the defensive line for the Muskies this season. It's fun in my chair, broadcasting multiple sports. You get to see these kids kind of transition to different mediums.
Indeed, yeah, the multi-sport athlete. We still have some chances. Boy, Trevor
Pickle with a turn
finding
there.
His way.
And a fall as Bowden Pickle able to get Barkalow on his back. And we're all tied at 6 in the team race. And now So we'll see Caden Fisher.
So Fisher takes a forfeit. So now we're going to roll to 220. Not sure what we've got here just yet.
This is Carter Allen. So Carter Allen and Nathan Beatty face off at 220 pounds. And Beatty, both wrestlers just trying to fight for position there, working inside.
Yeah, Nate facing a slightly taller opponent. I hope to see him take advantage of that and get under the arms of Allen. Locking tight to that collar tie right now as Allen keeps working the hands.
Thinks about a shot. Both wrestlers kind of measuring their opponent. We are in duel number 2 of this quadrangular. Muscatine defeated Davenport West in our first dual meet of the night.
Joel, I personally want to thank all our little Muskies tuning in. We should have practice right now. As I'm checking, my phone is giving me a reminder that the Muskies are due to the wrestling room. We tend to meet, or we scheduled to meet Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays. But all those little Muskies are to be tuning in, listening to Coach Wade.
Getting the night off to learn from watching, and thank you all for those watching. We also have a few more people in the stands as the restrictions have been relieved a little bit here in the state of Iowa. And every little bit helps with the fan participation as well.
Such a tough balance. It's announced that the State High School Association on Thursday is voting on what our high school state tournament will look like next month. So we're eagerly awaiting what the decision will be made by the board.
That's the end of the first period. No points as Carter Allen and Nathan Beatty. Carter Allen for New London, Nathan Beatty for Muscatine.
I guess it was so much fun that first 2 minutes, Allen elected to stay neutral for the second. Let's see some action. Beatty with this right side. He's got double underhooks.
Trying to.
You can hear Coach Haggerty encouraging him as best as he can. Get to those legs. Jack him up.
Beatty working hard.
Coach Ryan Haggerty so good with our upper weights. Regardless of if we can call 285 heavyweight or not, these are the upper weights. And Coach Haggerty, just a great job working pummeling, Russian ties, and no stranger to attacking the legs just relentlessly. Every one of these boys learning week in and week out.
Allen goes for a throw, and Beatty was able to fight it off.
Yeah, and even Allen looked like then he could be in some trouble there. So quick hips on his part to get back into neutralize that situation. Would like to see a snap here, Joel, as he's leaning in a bit. Try to get that top heavy, get that weight to the mat. Beatty trying to use, again, that underhook, far wrist. Needs to attack those legs if he can, much like TD does. So learning from him to get that underhook and pass by to the leg. He's got to cut that corner. He's got the head on the wrong side, unfortunately.
If you're watching on our YouTube live feed, make sure you hit subscribe and you'll get alerts for whenever the Discover Muscatine feed goes live. We have a rare Friday night off this week, so we'll have more action coming to you next week on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Starting on Tuesday the 26th with the swim meet starting at 6 o'clock against Davenport North, and then we'll have the boys varsity basketball game against Davenport West at 7:30.
Such a busy month of the sports year, Joel. I love it. And, as a coach, as a competitor, and now as just a fan, father, there's a lot going on. Great to see the Muskies, these kids in all sports, so active. A couple months ago, we weren't so sure if that'd be an opportunity.
It'll be interesting to see if the arts programs are able to get going too in their spring. And we see actually just sitting in front of us, Muscatine High School drama director Renee Mock and choir director Jonathan Ryan in the stands supporting some of their students. And Renee's husband Scott is an assistant wrestling coach here for the Muskies, as they hope to maybe have a show choir season and a musical season. It's just this virus has just affected so many different facets of the co-curricular experience for these students.
Indeed, this is the start of the second semester this week, and some kids going to the hybrid model who may have been completely e-learning, so best of luck for all teachers, staff, and students kicking off the second semester. We're 1-0 here. Beatty got his escape. We're in the third. Still like to see a takedown by one wrestler or the other to solidify this victory. Been a lot of dancing, quite frankly. Beatty still pressuring, and he's got those double unders. Pick a side, attack the legs. Joel, if I didn't have the mic, I'd be standing up yelling right now, so it's a good thing you got me.
Both wrestlers, feel free. You can stand up and yell if you want. Both wrestlers, trying to get that short time takedown here for Beatty to solidify that win, and for Allen to try to sneak one out. I grew up, watching Hawkeye wrestling on Iowa Public Television, and these 1-0 matches were not the desire of the Hawkeye teams I grew up, who taught me what wrestling was.
Yeah, looking to score as many points as possible. Allen with a little energy here. Just not able to move Beatty. Beatty locks into those double unders, and that'll do it.
Too little, too late there. As Beatty, that escape was the ticket, and a big win there for the junior. And now we get to 285, and TD Tungan-Deason against, I believe, Brody Butterbaugh.
That's correct. And there, a similar situation, had that underhook, and you see TD driving across, that pressure across to the far side, takes him directly to his back.
Just so explosive.
And just a balance for a big guy. He's on one toe there, driving across his opponent. Quick takedown. Dessa puts him up on his feet, so he elects to just start neutral, awarding the escape before the whistle's even blown. Double underhook.
Trip.
Near trip to his back.
Looking for another fall. Would put him at 18 on the year if he was able to get it.
Constant movement by TD. You don't see it. Well, we didn't see it just in the match before, Joel, but he's always looking for something, moving his opponent. Taking Butterbaugh to his back here. Has at least two. We'll get that near fall awarded.
No, restart to the middle.
Mediapolis is light on heavyweights, so TD, knowing we won't have another match, we'll get some work in here this evening and call it a night.
So he elects to keep him down here. Now he's just working on his ride. Just immediately flattening Butterbaugh down to his hips.
And Butterbaugh doing a good job trying to fight as best he can with his chest to the mat, so this is a good opportunity for TD to really just have to horse him over.
Continuing to improve that position, trying to get the fall here.
As my father only once had to tell me, the official's just fine to do his job, but like to see TD focus on putting that back down and not be speaking to Mr. Endon too much there. Those officials don't necessarily like the assistance of the student athletes. That's why they have the whistle. They'll communicate just fine when he believes that match is over.
And that'll be the end of the first period. TD with a 12-1 lead after the first period. We've got a TD will start down here as Butterbaugh.
A new position for TD, so get some work here as well. Not taking anyone for granted because, yeah, as Butterbaugh is showing, he can ride a little bit, bumping pretty well. TD to his feet, turns into him.
Escape for Decent.
Mentioned it in the first duel, but TD's championship opponent, finals match from West Des Moines Valley, another top 8 ranked heavyweight, very impressive on Saturday. So looking for big things. New rankings come out this week. Not sure what other movement has taken place, but we really hope that tournament can happen next month and put multiple Muskies on the stand.
You know, TD and Tim and a couple of their other teammates did make it last year to that tournament. It was a big day.
Crabtree as well,
yeah,
a returning qualifier.
But such a neat story as Decent completed his United States citizenship on the same day that he wrestled his matches in Des Moines. Really just one of the feel-good stories of this area's sports the last few years has been TD and his prowess on the football field and just how he played football last year over 300 pounds and then cut down to 267 this year and has just changed so much, and right there gets the fall.
Yeah, productive business trip when you get to head over to Des Moines and compete in the state tournament and
become a U.S. citizen.
Earn your, yep. So we turn over from 285 to 106. Here again, a little jockeying, need to pay attention. There isn't 13, so Coach Kane determining right now, trying to figure out, okay, who needs to report, because we want to see this match. Now, unfortunately, if we have to report, then we have to decide either way, and if we say, no, we're going to forfeit, then they could turn around and just take the forfeit. So
I don't know if this is a little bit of an intermission here, or just
no, that's unfortunately we had to report first. We elected to put them on the mat. They're not going to wrestle the match. We'll take a forfeit at 6, and then they'll take a forfeit at 13.
So Gavin McLeod will win by forfeit at 106 pounds. And so then they'll bump Mavie Pope up to 113 where Muscatine is open. So trading forfeits here, a little bit of gamesmanship. So Pope will win at 113. And now we'll have at 120 freshman Alex Van Blaricombe against two-time state champion Marcel Lopez from New London. You know, and some people might look at this position as a freshman as, you know, an unenviable position, but I think this is a great opportunity for a youngster to measure yourself against some of the top competition.
Yeah, and, you know, kudos to Coach Kane as well. We just saw the opportunity to have a match, and we didn't match up accordingly. Coach Kane doesn't necessarily have to throw a freshman out there. Lopez, no stranger to being well above his opponent, so I trust he'll take this in stride and get a little work. He's looking to get some takedowns. as you mentioned too, certainly the Hawkeyes, but just the pace is a little different. These upper caliber, higher level wrestlers, as long as they're not looking to demoralize anybody, so be it.
I remember one of the
ones. He's slick though, Joel. There's no doubt about it. He's a good one. I wish we had an opponent for him. I bet Alex Xavier doing a great job, quick to his feet. There are just few guys to Lopez's level.
I remember venturing over across the river with a couple of our classmates in high school to see Steve Amy wrestle for Rockridge, another high-pace, offensive, future Indiana wrestler. There's just nothing replaces a guy who operates at a fast pace, in my opinion.
Tough to match that. Yep, you got to be very confident and, quite frankly, just have the confidence in your own body to just keep up with that same pace. You see Lopez, he's been moving all over the mat here for a minute and a half.
He's got a 12-6 lead. He gets just trading 2 for 1, working multiple styles of takedowns in his arsenal. That'll be the end of the first period. 14-6 lead, 7 takedowns in the first period for Lopez. He'll start down. Again, if you're just tuning in, Marcel Lopez on the mat for New London against Alex Van Blaricombe. Marcel Lopez, 2-time state champion for New London. Looking for that third this year, the number 1 ranked wrestler at this weight class. Little big takedown here for Lopez, now looking for the back points and the bonus.
And on the other mat, Mr. Bates just announced Travis Hodges of West just recording his 100th career victory too. So I know we didn't have that one on screen, but congrats to Hodges.
And Blaricombe fighting off as best he can here. Trying not to give the broadcasters jigs, and sure enough, there it is. There's the fall as Marcel Lopez defeats Alex Van Blaricombe, and another 16 points for the New London Tigers. Now, I'm not sure we're going to see anybody at 126 or 132 for New London. So Head will win by forfeit at 126. Big thank you to our broadcast sponsors, River Rehab Physical Therapy and Toyota of Muscatine. Lincoln Brookhart will win by forfeit at 132. And it looks like we have somebody heading to the table for 38 for New London.
Yep, I think we've got Watts and Crabtree here now at 38.
So Manny Watts for New London against Mason Crabtree of Muscatine. If you're curious about the entire Muskie sports schedule, you can go to the Facebook page, the Discover Muscatine Facebook page under events, or at discovermuscatine.com. You can also clip out the print edition in your mailbox each week at the Discover Muscatine newspaper. Mason Crabtree. And early on a takedown, power move.
Yeah, a little softball underhand throw there with the go behind.
And now looking
Mason
to set up
coming
those
right
back
away.
points. Gets the 3-point near fall. Watts gets the escape. Has Crabtree let him go to get some more offense going. There he is in on the single leg. Another quick takedown So we've had a takedown, escape for a 9-3 lead. It's Crabtree just aggressive in this match.
We've yet to see too many real close matches tonight, Joel. It's just been the case of one side or the other overpowering quite a bit, which is too bad. Not like our overtime thrillers we had
last week.
Yeah, the Gage Stevens big time double OT
now
victory.
Looks like Mediapolis, and here's Crabtree going for the fall here. And he's in tight on that. Watts not doing a lot to fight it off. And there's the fall. Mason Crabtree. And again, Mediapolis is light at that weight too, so that might be Mason's last match of the night as well. So big finish for Mason Crabtree with the fall, moving Muscatine to a 45-18 lead. So Brian Pineda again will take to the mat for the Muskies against Dominic Lopez. Dominic ranked third at this weight class, the sophomore, the younger brother of Marcel Lopez that we just saw, and he's in deep on a takedown. I would imagine that these guys don't just wrestle each other in the room, the Lopez brothers. They may scrap around a little bit at home.
You would think so, and have been for years.
I had on my floor in college in the dorms 141-pounder and 147-pound twin brothers. And they would just wrestle in the halls on weekends.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of it in our house, just hoping the furniture budget can handle it.
Another takedown for Lopez as he jumps out to a 12-5 lead. Pineda favoring that shoulder a little bit there too. Another takedown. And here's another finished takedown for Lopez. Now he's going for some back points. Three near fall points here for Lopez. And another takedown. Now, what's the point differential for a technical fall?
Yeah, so at the end of the match, if you're up by 8, that's your major decision for 14 points. But once you've eclipsed a 15-point margin, then the match would just stop, and that would be your technical fall. So we're a little ways away from that.
He's at it's 22-8. The Muscatine scoreboard,
and he gets the pin.
Yeah. So there's the fall. The Muscatine scoreboard doesn't go up to 20 points. 145 pounds. So Dominic Lopez with the fall over Brian Pineda. So Jet Fridley against Josh Glendening. Jet had a fantastic first match against Davenport West. Ended up with a fall. He's so aggressive in his attack.
Yep, just imposing his will on his opponent. No matter the weight class, quite frankly. So Jet trying to make sense of find his way here at 152 versus 160 where he's been much of the season. Blending in on that leg. That is a nice shot and a good finish right at the edge of the mat. Immediately traps that arm.
Turns Fridley back to the center, trying to get some more offense going. The mat awareness of these guys is impressive. I would be so lost.
Well, it changes. It's definitely a part of the sport, and changes now a little bit as they've increase the size of the mat just to be able to wrestle, recording falls outside of the circle as long as your points are still in. But yeah, very, very important to not ignore where you are on the mat and try to bring that action back to the center if it benefits you and score those points accordingly on the edge.
Glendenning trying to break Fridley down, keep his base down on the mat.
Real tight on that wrist, trying to tie up between the legs, working that tilt.
Really getting back to his toes, trying to. Glendenning gets a little high there. Fridley's got a chance. And he settles back down.
Constant pressure, but Fridley's matching that pressure right back into him. Trying to beat that leg. That's a good leg ride by the Tiger. Keeping that pressure forward, elevating his opponent's knee. Tough to get that strong base if I am missing one of my legs.
Up at the end of the first period, and Glendenning does a nice job of finishing on top and riding out Fridley the duration of that period. Fridley will defer. Glendenning will go down. Again, if you're new to high school wrestling, there is no riding time points available. But obviously you want to try to control your opponent and stay on top. Fridley
got a little high there on the roll. Good action by Glendenning to end up on top, and we're in the same position again, tying up wrists.
That reversal makes it 4-0.
Jet mindful of as he comes up to his base, that leg can be right back in again. Trying to peel that wrist off, getting the hands back in front. Now working to that base, watching the leg. Sneaks that boot in, trying to drive forward.
Glendenning really good with his legs.
Yeah, just alternating from that wrist ride, trying to tie up the arm as best he can. He's really looking for a tilt here. This is a great ride, but you can see he's looking for points. If his opponent finds his way back to his base, throw that boot in. Very tough on top. Here comes a tilt. Has that arm trapped behind Jet's back. So now he works a little bit of a power half, pulling him over.
He's got a 2 count.
Till that arm comes through, this is going to be tough.
There's the fall. Glendenning able to finish Fridley off with the fall. And a big win for the Tigers at 152. We'll be at 160 now. I think we're going to see Michael Rains for New London.
This will be our final match of this duel.
Connor Beck against Michael Rains. Muscatine has secured the team points to win this duel, but obviously Connor Beck wants to finish with a victory. Both wrestlers fighting for their position.
Connor a little smaller for this weight class. I think this displays just that, as Rains is a freshman, pretty good fill of this 160. Connor with a nice go behind. No points as we haven't come to the mat. Hoping for a lift and return. Well, he fights the wrists. We're still neutral. No points.
It's a good defense there for Rains.
That same front headlock goes to the leg this time, drives through for the takedown. Good finish.
2-point takedown for Connor Beck for Muscatine. Muscatine in the black singlets tonight. New London Tigers in their gray singlet. The Muskies defeated Davenport West in the first duel. And they, from a team standpoint, have defeated New London. The most points that Rains could score for the Tigers is 6, so mathematically the Muskies will move to 2-0 from a team race standpoint, but looking for more individual accomplishments for Connor Beck at 160 pounds. Joel Krausar, Wade McLeod on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Sponsored by RIVO Heating and Plumbing as Connor Beck continues to ride. Rains tries to roll through, but time will expire. New London defers the choice here, so now Beck will choose down. Roll through attempt.
Little hip bump of his own right here, hoping to put him right to his back.
Thinking reversal. Now he's getting some back counts as well. Trying to get those shoulders exposed to the mat. So 2-point near fall off of the reversal.
Back with a deep half. Connor just looking, needing to look up, getting those shoulders. Yep, forward, forward. Just don't let that arm through. Rains fighting it off very well. Keeps circling the action.
Trying to settle his hips back down.
Rains clears his shoulder, goes back in. We got the near fall. Now Rains looking for a reversal opportunity of his own. We are neutral.
Skate point there for Rains. They're out of bounds. They'll return to the center of the mat.
Good fight by Rains here. It must be favoring that knee just a little bit. There's a little hobble, but fighting back very well. Connor needs to get under those arms, keep attacking.
Beck has that wrap on his left shoulder. Rains has the knee brace on the left knee.
Connor trying to, he's got that arm trapped, tight around the body lock, looking for a trip.
He's going to get the takedown.
Does award the 2 on the way out of bounds.
4.1 seconds to go in the period as Connor Beck continues to score points. Muscatine and New London facing off here in dual match number two, excuse me, of this quadrangular. And that's going to be the end of the second period. At 160, this is our final match of this duel. At range, you can tell just is not comfortable out there. Right
yeah,
now.
A lot of thought for that. He's favoring that leg. You certainly don't need to take advantage and immediately target that knee, but clearly if he's operating on one leg, we can be shooting to one or the other and not be focused so much upper body, especially with a lead such as this.
They go out of bounds. Connor Beck continues to try and score some points here. Raines doing a nice job fighting it off.
Rolling through, Raines with the headlock.
He gets the takedown. He gets 2 points, and this is a big position here for Raines. If he can turn him.
Yeah, Connor committed to the upper body move. Raines
getting some back
trying
points
to sit
here.
with that headlock. Connor keep trying to come out the back door. Oh, and he lost the arm, so I think we've got an illegal headlock there. Yeah, the arm
technical,
popped out.
So you get 2 points for a takedown for Raines, 2 back points, 2 near fall points, but then a technical violation and a point awarded to Beck. And now Beck now with a chance to put Raines on his back.
Yeah, reversal. If he can keep this arm through, keep from coming through, we can put this one away.
2-point takedown, or reversal, excuse me, and now near fall opportunity.
Trying to find that headlock spot again.
Both athletes going for it.
The other way. A lot of rolling going on.
Raines giving him everything he's got, trying for that big move.
Yeah, he's got the arm on the back, got it locked up. Boy, if he hips it in, this could be tough news for Connor. Got to fight this short time. We're looking at just 4 seconds. He's going to survive.
Connor Beck. Oh, that match is 6 to 8 seconds longer. I don't know if he's able to hold that off, but a great flurry there at the end from Raines, but Connor Beck wins.
And the Muskies take the duel.
Muskies take the duel. 45 to 33 is the final. So we're going to take another break, and we'll be back for our final duel of the evening as the Muscatine Muskies will take on Mediapolis for duel number 3. But we'll take a quick break here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing. A family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, RIVO is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, RIVO not only handles your home-related issues, RIVO will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because RIVO won't rest until your plumbing problems are gone.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing, a family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
Almost like it knows when you can least afford.
Another clogged drain?
Lucky for you, RIVO is always standing by. With multiple master plumbers on staff, RIVO not only handles your home-related issues, RIVO will also diagnose and design large-scale commercial piping systems. Family-owned, reliably honest, remarkably affordable. Complete kitchen and bath home improvement technicians. Because RIVO won't rest until your plumbing problems are...
And we are back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Intermission here in the quadrangular between Muscatine, who's hosting Davenport West, who they defeated in the first duel, New London, who Muscatine just defeated in the second duel as a team, and they're teeing it up with Mediapolis here for the third duel of the night for the Muskies. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Riots and Rebelle Salon, Toyota of Muscatine, River Rehab Physical Therapy, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Bickford Senior Living in Muscatine, along with Bear of Muscatine and Eastern Iowa Community College. And we're underway here. And we're at 182 pounds as Trevor Barkalow faces off against Kyle Vorwerk, freshman for the Mediapolis Bulldogs. So Barkalow getting some work here.
Yeah, Trevor had a huge win for the Muskies to win their duel against Wapello last Thursday at Mediapolis with a pin in our final match. So, I mean, ever since, Bark's been getting after it, liking this spot, as you said, Joel, just so strong.
You know, he's weighing in at 182 pounds. He played nose tackle. You know, he was TD's, sub-package guy. He's in a tight spot here, though. It's Vorwerk, the freshman.
Vorwerk with that headlock, turning the hips of Barkalow. Barkalow trying to turn his hips, fight as best he can.
And there's a strong fall there to start it off for Mediapolis. Vorwerk, just a freshman, with an impressive fall there early. It's a pretty put-together freshman.
Yeah, I hope there's quite a future there. That was very impressive to just get out there. And
Caden Fisher will receive a forfeit at 195. Mediapolis a little undermanned here at the upper weights. Nate Beatty also receives a forfeit at 220. And we believe we're going to see the same at heavyweight. So Tongan Deason's night will be over as he'll win by forfeit here. And then another forfeit for Mediapolis at 106 as Gavin McLeod will win by forfeit. And Grady Gunn, the freshman, at 113 for Mediapolis, will win by forfeit here.
Yeah, I thought we might see a match there, have an opportunity. Gunn and McLeod having wrestled before Christmas. let the freshman in McLeod get a victory. And
so now Braxton Davis and Alex Van Blaricombe will go at 120. So a flurry of forfeits there. Muscatine takes a 24-12 team lead. Van Blaricombe just faced off against the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state. Now gets a sophomore, Braxton Davis from Mediapolis. Van Blaricombe looking for his first varsity win of the season tonight. He's been put in some tricky spots here in his young career.
He has really earned the opportunity to go out on the varsity match. We saw his first match. Fortunately, a tough spot here again. Saw his first match. Good fight. Just trying to make sense of what all is being asked of him out there. A little outmatched. Just experience. Glad to see him keep coming.
Braxton Davis wins by fall. It's one of those, catch 22 kind of situations. You need the experience to improve, but sometimes that experience is not a pleasant journey, early on in your career. Now Lincoln Brookhart will win by, was that Garrett Head?
We had a forfeit of 26.
And then
Brookhart with the forfeit at 32. And now we'll see ranked Quentin Aney. This is a rematch from last week as well versus Mason Crabtree.
And just like that, we only have 4 matches left on the evening.
Too many open and then weights bouncing back and forth. So, this will be a quick one, the duel. This should be a good match, though.
Crabtree and Quentin Aney. And as Wade just mentioned, Aney ranked 8th. You mentioned our history with the official, Bruce Ennin. You had tremendous history on the bench at Mediapolis with Coach Rob Rum, who was a longtime assistant at Muscatine in the wrestling room, one of our football coaches growing up. And then I had the opportunity to coach 8th grade football side by side with Coach Rum. Just a fantastic person, and it's good to see him back in the gym here in Muscatine.
As you mentioned, no doubt a Bulldog for life, but quite a Muskie. He was a coach of mine as I wrestled. One of my biggest fans, there's no doubt. Was always there to support every one of us. Part of the coaching staff when I coached a number of years ago. Owe a lot to Coach Rum. Affectionately, Rummer.
Just celebrated a birthday on Friday as well. He shares a birthday with my oldest son, so that's how I'm able to always remember that.
That's good. Takedown for Crabtree. This is a great test for Mason Joel. I think, again, a returning qualifier. Both wrestlers here on the mat. Mason still trying to make sense of what all he can do here at 38. Looks really good. Flurry there. We're out of bounds. Aney still going to be in the bottom position. The whole gym coming alive after all those forfeits.
Good return there for Crabtree.
And nice and tight. Aney trying to protect his wrists. Mason trying to finish this period on top. It's a big first period takedown.
First period takedown and finishes on top Mason Crabtree with a 2-0 lead going into period 2. He'll defer his choice. Aney's going to select neutral. Wants to win this one on his feet. Is that just a confidence thing? Some guys are just more comfortable in that starting in that position.
He's very quick on his feet, and maybe just not as comfortable not knowing his opponent going underneath. Defer into that position and say, hey, I'm confident enough on my feet. Let's score some points there. Could be a little bit of a mental game to say, hey, I gave up a takedown. My first objective is to get it right back. You can see these two are, we talked about it, as quick as the feet of Crabtree. Aney's right with them. These guys are covering a lot of space. Mason again trying to get to that leg. Aney on the front headlock. Out of bounds. This is good action.
And both wrestlers, kind of countering, each taking their own shots and being aggressive, but having to react quickly to their opponents.
A little shuck by Aney. It's the pace you were looking for, Joel.
And these are the kind of matches that are fun to watch.
High crotch attempt. Crabtree gets his leg back. Aney switches the other side and a bit of a Kelly. Gets that takedown back.
45 seconds to go here in the second period. Escape would be huge here for Crabtree. Aney doing his best to keep that from happening, trying to get a turn here.
Yeah, and he's got that wrist. Little Hofstra tilt, rolls him through. Just under 30 seconds on the clock. Looking for that first move from Crabtree. Aney trying to lock him in tight and ride this period out. Still on that ankle, the official watching.
Muskie bench lobbying for a...
Thinking he elevated that wrist a little bit. Was pretty quick to the lift coming away from the back.
And there will be 3 near fall points there awarded for Aney.
Tough to defend. Coach Kane objects.
And official Enden quickly explained why he made the decision that he made.
And now Crabtree says, let's go neutral. That 3-point near fall big for Aney. Crabtree with a bit of a half shot. Needs to a better setup there. Has the wrist now.
Crabtree tries to shoot there.
Working side to side, but yeah, Crabtree's going to have to pick up the tempo, be the clear aggressor now down by 3.
Needs to not just get the takedown, but try to get him to his back right on in a short period of time.
Need to find an angle. You see we're pretty squared up.
Under a minute to go here in this third period. And Aney, the
Good shot by
wrestler.
Mason. Oh, got to keep the lock. Aney cutting the corner. Mason trying to elevate that leg. Aney coming around the back. Mason hopefully trying to get his head under the leg if he can. Stretch it out long, stretch it out long. He's under the leg here. If he can turn, just find that 2. He's got 2.
He gets 2.
It's a 1 point. We're looking at 25 seconds. I think we go neutral, and we're trying to get a takedown then to send this to overtime.
So they go neutral, so that will give Aney a point. An escape for Aney as Crabtree goes neutral. Under 20 seconds.
Forget the wrist. Get to those legs.
10 seconds.
2 arms to it. Mace just one last setup and dive. Get it, get it.
And Aney able to get the 2 to finish it. Fantastic match between those two.
Yeah, Mace closing that gap for sure.
And Aney will win at 138. I have a feeling those two would look forward to the opportunity to wrestle again. 145. I believe Mediapolis is open, so Gage Stevens.
They've got Brian
Pineda.
Yep, bingo.
So Brian Pineda gets the win via forfeit. Good to see that for that young man, the senior. Jet Fridley now takes the mat at 152 for the Muskies. And we're going to see Logan Rosas, I believe, here from Minneapolis.
And the early pace continues here.
Fridley trying to push the pace here.
Good shot, head to the inside, nice and tight, dumps him for the takedown.
That Aney Crabtree match kind of re-energized the building a little bit too.
I would completely agree. Yeah, just as they were pacing well, and hopefully there's only one Muskie I'm hoping is really getting after it, and Mr. Fridley right now. Some big points. Trying to flatten his opponent. Working side to side on that spiral ride, finds the wrist.
Fridley trying to get that
That's
tilt.
a good drive. He's got Roses to his back, nice and tight.
Fall. There's the fall for the junior Fridley. Nicely done.
And that may do it for the evening.
So Connor Beck will win by forfeit. And it looks like Mediapolis is open at 70, so that is going to be the last match for the Muskies tonight. As Tim Nimley will win by forfeit at 170, and the Muscatine Muskies will win the duel 60-21. They go 3-0 tonight on the team scoreboard. We're going to take a quick break, and then Wade and I will put a bow on this. It's Muskie Wrestling on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
From a clogged toilet to a complete sewer line replacement, RIVO is a modern plumbing company designed to respond quickly to all shapes and sizes of plumbing needs. Bringing in our heavy equipment to replace cracked gas lines, or designing clever piping systems for new construction plumbing. A family-owned company that's reliably honest and remarkably affordable. Right here in Muscatine, all day long, every day of the week. RIVO Incorporated, skill, knowledge, and tools to solve the messiest problems.
There's no place like home, and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges is our hometown college. With the security we need to explore, learn, and grow, it's the smart choice, always delivering quality, affordability, and flexibility. Because now, more than ever, there's no place like home, and there's no place like Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, the community's college.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Joel Krausar, Wade McLeod, as the Muscatine Muskies get work done here at this quadrangular event as they defeat Davenport West, Mediapolis, and New London. And the Muskies go 3-0 as a team, but Wade, some fantastic individual performances, even in a couple of wrestlers who may have lost a match or two. Coach Kane has to be really pleased with the effort he saw from his guys tonight.
Always nice to get a sweep at home. Opportunity to bring this to folks who are here in the gym and here on Discover Muscatine. That's always great. Added a couple more Muskies to the 20-win season in Mason Crabtree and Nate Beatty on the evening. Jet Fridley just right behind, wrapping things up for this one. It was great to see. We wish the girls the best of luck this weekend, but first we head up to Davenport North Thursday night and have North and Bettendorf.
And so that'll be a big matchup, North and Bettendorf. Again, we have a break in the action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We get a couple of Friday. We get a Friday night off. I'm just going to be honest, for our team, that's pretty rare. And a huge thank you to our production team with Pearl City Media and Discover Muscatine. Jess Meinert doing a fantastic job directing and producing this event tonight. Zoe Krenz, our camera operator, did an outstanding job. And they're really the brains behind the operation, Chris Anderson and his team at Pearl City Media. So a huge thank you to them. We're happy to bring you Muscatine Muskie Wrestling this season. We'll have one more dual meet, or triangular, and that's going to be on February 4th. So we'll be back with the grappling on February 4th. Our next event, though, will have swimming and basketball on Tuesday, January 26th, here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Eastern Iowa Community College, Bear of Muscatine, First National Bank of Muscatine, RIVO Plumbing, as well as our other fantastic broadcast sponsors that you can always see that list in your Discover Muscatine newspaper. For Wade McLeod, my partner, again, fantastic night of wrestling and a big 3-0 appearance for the Muskies. Signing off, and we will see you guys next week on Tuesday for some swimming and basketball.